Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and in this video, Bitcoin is continuing on this massive breakout to the upside. Since I recorded my last video, we did see a tiny rejection at that $58,000 level as I expected. And I'll let you all know that this once again would just lead to a small dip and a build up in momentum in order for us to retest this level and break out to the upside. And that's exactly what we've seen since I recorded my last video. Right now, we're getting ready to come up towards that $60,000 level. And yeah, if you want to know my next Bitcoin price targets to the upside, make sure you keep watching this video, because in this video, I reveal some big patterns that Bitcoin is now forming on the chart. I'll also show you my Ethereum analysis and my Ethereum price targets later in this video as well. So make sure you're watching this entire video so you're not missing out on any of this valuable information. And yeah, if all of that sounds good to you, please make sure to just leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of my future updates. But yeah, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart, on the 2-hour chart. And yeah, just once again, recapping yesterday's video. I recorded yesterday's video just as we were experiencing this breakout to the upside and we're coming up towards 58,000. And once again, I told you all that 58,000 was a small bit of resistance for Bitcoin to get above. And I once again said that Bitcoin will most likely get a small rejection off that level, just a small dip to the downside. And that's exactly what we saw. We came back down to around 57,000. But yeah, once again, I was saying that this is just short-term resistance on the chart. And my next price target to the upside for Bitcoin is actually at 60,000 US dollars. I've been talking about that 60K level ever since Bitcoin was breaking above this line of resistance way back at around 55K. And yeah, because obviously 60,000 is a very significant level for Bitcoin. Not only is it a big psychological level for Bitcoin on the Bitcoin US dollar chart, but also bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from the all-time high down to this low at around 50,000. The next big Fibonacci level that's coming in above the current price is coming in at just below 60,000 US dollars. And this is also coming in confluence with these big levels of resistance that we saw back here in the end of March, around middle to end of March. Once again, we saw multiple rejections along that $60,000 level approximately. So honestly, between 59.5 up towards 60,000 in that kind of price range would definitely be some resistance for Bitcoin. So yeah, we could definitely see a small little rejection off that level in the short term. That would be perfectly normal if that were to happen. But once again, within the next few days even, I'll definitely expect Bitcoin to start breaking above that $60,000 level, because realistically speaking, it's extremely likely that within the next few weeks or so, and that's being quite conservative to be honest with you, but within the next few weeks or so, I would expect Bitcoin to get above the all-time high, sitting at around 62,000 US dollars. I said it in my last few videos on the channel, and I've also actually been saying this pretty much ever since we've bottomed out at around 50,000. I've been saying that Bitcoin is incredibly likely to get back above its all-time high, above that $62,000 level in the month of April. So sometime in April, we're looking to break above that all-time high. So that could be within the next just few days, because once again, we've only really got a couple days left in March, and that could be as long as around say 3 weeks away. Honestly, I would not expect Bitcoin to take 3 weeks to actually break above the all-time high level. It's much more likely to actually happen in kind of the first half of April. So yeah, those are some of my price targets to the upside. Once again, around that $60,000 level as our immediate resistance for Bitcoin to the upside. Anything above that, I'll be targeting the all-time high itself for the next big level of resistance for Bitcoin. And I expect that sort of price action to play out over the next couple weeks. So simply accumulating Bitcoin, dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin at the current prices, if you're just holding for even just the next few weeks and months, right now is definitely still a pretty good buying opportunity if you're holding for the longer term. Now, also in the short term, over the past day or so, Bitcoin pretty much entered this small bull flag on the chart, as you can see. Once again, this was only really on like the 1-hour chart. It wasn't anything massive, but we can still measure out the price target for this pattern with a simple AB equals CD. And so the technical price target for this pattern is coming in at just above 60,000. It's coming in at about 60.3K. So once again, that's pretty much coming in confluence with that $60,000 level that I've already been talking about, Bitcoin getting resistance along that $60,000 level. Now, zooming out to the daily Bitcoin chart, as you can see here, Bitcoin is still potentially forming this massive cup and handle pattern. Now, this cup and handle pattern is not perfect. It is not even close to a perfect cup and handle pattern, but But with trading Bitcoin especially, if enough traders and investors treat a certain price pattern as a particular price pattern, for example, if enough people actually treat this as a cup and handle pattern, then it becomes kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. So even if it's not a perfect looking cup and handle pattern, once again, if enough people treat it as such, it will play out as a cup and handle pattern. So once again, I'm referring to this massive correction that we saw back in the end of February, beginning of March as the cup, and this correction that we've recently been in for the past couple of weeks is the handle on this cup and handles pattern. And so the point of breakout that we have to keep an eye on for this cup and handle pattern is essentially around the all-time high. Now, because we did get a high and a higher high here, obviously this resistance is gaining in price over time. So right now, if we were to come up to this resistance, it's actually slightly above the all-time high. Right now it's coming in at around 63,500, whereas the all-time high is coming in closer towards 62,000. But yeah, once we start getting above the all-time high, and especially if we start breaking above that $63,000 level with some significant volume coming in on the chart, then the technical price target for this cup and handle pattern, if we break out to the upside, is coming in at approximately $80,000 US per Bitcoin. So that's right, if we start breaking above 63 to 64,000 US dollars, then the price target for this pattern is once again coming in at $80,000 per Bitcoin. Now, before we actually get to that price point, we do actually have a Fibonacci level coming in on the chart. This level is the 1618 Fibonacci level coming in at around 68.8K, pretty much around 69,000 US dollars. So yeah, if we do see a breakout of the all-time high, around 69K will be our next big price target to the upside. But what's really awesome to see is we've actually got a massive Fibonacci level, which obviously is the 2618 Fibonacci level, coming in at exactly the same price target as this cup and handle price target. So once again, this 2618 Fibonacci level, the next big Fibonacci level to the upside above that $69,000 level, that's coming in at approximately 80,000 US dollars per Bitcoin. So seriously, once we start breaking above the all-time high level, I would immediately be targeting around 69 to 70,000 US dollars as our price target to the upside. But honestly, once we start breaking above 70,000, my immediate next price target on the Bitcoin chart would be upwards of 80,000 US dollars. And that sort of price action could definitely play out over the next few months, over the next 2 to 3 months. That sort of price action would be something that's actually pretty likely for Bitcoin. And yeah, we could possibly enter the next correction in around those sort of price targets. So seriously, if you're holding just for the next few months, accumulating Bitcoin now, just dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin now, we're still actually at a pretty good buying opportunity. Once again, if you're holding just for the next few months. So I myself, I'm using these corrections as simply a buying opportunity to hold Bitcoin for the longer term. All right, now heading over to the Ethereum US dollar chart, well, the 2-hour chart for Ethereum. And as you can see here, Ethereum also followed Bitcoin on that small little dip to the downside before obviously getting a nice little bounce and coming back up towards those same levels that we peaked at just yesterday. And now our next point of resistance for Ethereum, our next price target to the upside is coming in at approximately 1880 US dollars. And that's because that's a big Fibonacci level for Ethereum. And also taking a look at this inverse head and shoulders pattern, drawing out the price target for this inverse head and shoulders pattern, that brings us up towards around 1900 US dollars. So in around that price range just there, from around 1880 to 1900 is our next big point of resistance for Ethereum. But since a lot of people would now be paying attention to those exact resistance levels, we could potentially find a bit of resistance for Ethereum before we actually get to those levels. And that's simply because of another small bearish thing that is forming on the smaller time frames for Ethereum. So yeah, if we do end up seeing slightly higher highs here in the price, but then we see lower highs in the RSI, then that would obviously be a bearish divergence. And what that basically means is just in the immediate short term, we're going to stop heading to the upside and we're basically in for a bit of sideways action, if not slightly to the downside. So this does not mean we're going to see a big crash in Ethereum or anything. Honestly, I would be expecting price action similar to what we saw just here, where we basically saw a short-term little rejection, a short-term retracement, and this basically made for a great buying opportunity if you haven't already accumulated into Ethereum. So yeah, just beware of that forming now on the chart, this small bearish divergence. Once again, if we we do kind of turn around sometime soon for the price, then yeah, that would basically confirm this bearish divergence on the 2-hour chart. It'll be incredibly important that we remain above this low just here, coming in at around 1784 approximately, because ideally we want to be still remaining in a higher low, higher high trajectory. Once again, any short-term dip that we see for Ethereum is just a buying opportunity. Anything above that $1,880 to $1,900 resistance range, I'll simply be targeting the all-time high for Ethereum, coming in at approximately 2,040 US dollars. Now, quickly heading over to the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. This is on the daily chart for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And so this is a good way to show Ethereum's performance against Bitcoin, basically to show what one of the two cryptos are actually performing better out of Ethereum and Bitcoin. And so pretty much for the last 2 months, Ethereum has actually been underperforming compared to Bitcoin. Now, really, Ethereum has only actually lost value for pretty much most of February. For pretty much the entire past 1 month, we've basically just been heading sideways against Bitcoin. And now, honestly, this is actually looking extremely bullish right now. This type of price action is seriously setting up Ethereum to start outperforming Bitcoin over the next few weeks and months. I'm actually accumulating a lot of Ethereum down at these lower levels. Now, what I'm about to say, I don't necessarily suggest this for especially the beginners out there, because this can be quite a risky move. But what I've actually done at these lower levels on the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, I've actually started to move some of my Bitcoin holdings into Ethereum. And that's basically me putting my money where my mouth is and betting on Ethereum starting to outperform Bitcoin over the next few weeks and months. Because obviously Ethereum right now is coming into massive support on the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. Once again, this is on the daily chart. So this really shows the big picture for Ethereum. As you can see, pretty much for the entirety of 2020, for over the past year, Ethereum has been on a massive uptrend against Bitcoin on the bigger time frames. And so what we've seen over the past couple months is simply just a shorter term correction for Ethereum against Bitcoin. So sometime within the next few weeks and months, I would expect Ethereum to start turning around against Bitcoin and heading back towards around these highs up here, which, by the way, from the current Ethereum price against Bitcoin, that is about a 50% gain to the upside. And once again, that's against Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin's gaining in US dollars, Ethereum's gaining even more, because Ethereum's gaining 50% on Bitcoin. So all in all, I'm basically extremely bullish for Ethereum over the next few months. Now, it's not impossible for Ethereum to dip a little bit lower, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty likely that either this is the bottom or we're extremely close to the bottom for Ethereum versus Bitcoin, because once again, this is a massive support level for Ethereum on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. We've seen that hold as support all the way since way back in 2018, beginning of 2019. Also back in 2020, this was significant support, and early this year, this was also significant support. And over the past month, this has been massive support once again. By the way, I forgot to mention, but this level is coming in at pretty much exactly 0.03 Bitcoin per Ethereum. So it's extremely important that we hold that level. And for as long as we're holding above that level, Ethereum's looking really bullish. If we break below that level, then that's not too good in the short term for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And we would be targeting towards around 0.0263 Bitcoin per Ethereum approximately as our next level of support. But yeah, this is about all I have to say for this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to just leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on for more videos like this one. I put a lot of time and effort each and every day into these videos to try and help you make money in crypto. So if you could just spend a couple seconds to go down and click like and subscribe, it seriously means a lot to me and it helps out the channel so much. Also, I have been reading all of your altcoin suggestions in the comment section. I know I haven't done it this video, but over the next few videos, I will be starting to include more altcoins in these videos that you guys suggest in the comment section. I've already gotten a few suggestions for Cardano, Polkadot, Engine, and VeChain. So those are a few of the altcoins that you should expect on the channel within the next few days and weeks. So once again, make sure you have notifications on so you're not missing out on those important updates. And if you have any other altcoins or just suggestions that you want me to make a video about, then just let me know in the comment section down below. I try and read and reply to every single comment on these videos. So if you have anything to say whatsoever, just let me know in the comment section and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Just be careful because in the comments, there can be some scammers down there. So if you see any comment or reply with like a phone number, email, Telegram, WhatsApp, anything like that, any sort of contact details trying to contact you, please do not not contact those people that you find from the YouTube comment section, because it's almost certainly a scammer. But yeah, once again, that's just about all I have to say for this video. I really hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.